Well folks, now we come to a story arc that I've been looking forward to and also dreading talking about simultaneously.
Time to meet the Green Ranger!
Green with Evil, a 5-part miniseries and an epic like no other, especially for kids shows at the time. This story introduces the most popular Power Ranger of all time, Tommy Oliver, played by the late great Jason David Frank. Credited here initially as Jason Frank. Also a shot of Tommy's Zord appears. It's just as awesome now as in 1993. If you look closely at the footage, you can see Tommy in miniature form atop its head. Very subtle. It's apparent that associate producer Tony Oliver cycled through Zyuranger footage to write the American storyline, but he hadn't run through all the Sentai footage yet. 15 episodes needed to be written before filming could begin. Then the rest would be processed, again in 15 episode run-throughs. The Green Ranger appears in Zyuranger episode 17, to Tony Oliver's surprise, and a casting call was quickly put out to fill this character's American vacancy, and that's how Jason David Frank came in. I would imagine as Tony Oliver discovered the Green Ranger, he came up with the character's name. Spell Tony slightly differently and you end up with Tommy. Nostalgically, Tommy means a lot to me, but also indeed Jason David Frank is no longer with us, sadly. Rest in peace, Jason David Frank. Fame of this scale, as much as he loved his fans and vice versa, he was still a human being. It can take a toll on one's mental health, as well as the fact that JDF had been suffering personal issues, and in November 2022, JDF tragically took his own life. He was 49 years old. The news saddened me, as I know it did and still does many others, very deeply. Unfortunately, JDF would not be the first Power Rangers actor to pass away like this, but given his popularity and how fast word travels in the social media age, his death had a huge impact and hurt a lot more therefore. As difficult a subject as this is, I value freedom of speech, transparency and mutual respect regarding what you can share with other people. YouTube puts limits on certain words you can use to describe these things, lest the video have restrictions put on it. Jason David Frank committed suicide. Yes, I said that word. I don't care if YouTube age limits my video. I'm using my freedom of speech to make the conversation about these difficult issues. Underline difficult, I can't underplay that. Feel more open, honest, and real. I don't believe in censoring words or ideas so as to protect people. If you are struggling, or if you know someone who is, I feel you need the right words to express yourself and the issues be properly addressed therefore.
Fear of a name only increases fear of the thing itself.
Who would have known I would bring all of these issues up in a review about Power Rangers? I'll bring some of my own experiences into this, being completely sincere and again transparent with you folks. I've lost friends or friends of friends this way. Depending on one's age, but especially life experiences, this is very relatable. If the issues raised in this portion of the video affect you, or someone you know, there are region-specific organizations to discuss one's mental health with professionals. I'm not a major voice on this subject, but I do like to give back whatever I can and help if I possibly can. Thank you for listening to me on this tangent. I felt I needed to get all of this off my chest, and I hope this might have helped anyone watching. Acknowledging Jason David Frank's tenure, his passing will be acknowledged in the seasons featuring him in my reviews, but I consider it a celebration of his 29-year legacy, including archival recordings of him in Power Rangers Once and Always, along with a heartfelt commemoration to him and Twee Trang at the end. And so with that, let us continue.